the state-sponsored so-called bandits, terrorists, Fulani herdsmen, or aliens, whatever name you want to call them. These people are different from those nomadic herdsmen that a lot of us grew up seeing. They were never going into other people's farm, and we never heard any of this. They had their grazing route, which is not even acceptable at this time and age. But all of a sudden, things changed. A lot of people might say the reason why things are like this, the way people are, the reason why people are screaming more is because Buhari is a Fulani man and people are only reacting. No, what about the people that have been murdered? What about people that have been murdered? We know that we have criminals in the south of Nigeria, but when crime is committed by a southerner, we have not seen any executive government, any government coming from the south of Nigeria, patting their back and making a story, a case for them, or even giving them money publicly. No, they are prosecuted. But this regime pats the back, gives money to terrorists, bandits, criminals. They protect these Fulani herdsmen. And with this, they've become more vicious, more wicked. They believe nothing is going to happen to them. They make videos saying nothing is going to happen. Recently, Shegumi came to Igbo, did a video, and that was a sign. That was a sign to solidify themselves, to show to you that we have a root here. We are standing firm. Nigeria is not going to come to an end. Nothing is going to happen. There's no threat. Nothing is going to happen. If you're just coming across, kindly tap on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below to alert you whenever videos such as this are dropped. If you're a returning subscriber, I say thanks for always returning. If you have been here, I say God bless. These Fulanis have come to realize that the governors in the south of Nigeria are serious. They've come to realize that the people in the south are serious, even though some of them are kind of not really forthright with their stand on the ban of open grazing and all of these atrocities. But we have seen the governor of Ondo is on the forefront of this. He has signed and he's not going to bend. And the voices that are being raised here and there, it is a sign to these Fulanis. And aside this, the Fulanis have looked at the economic impact of this. No, there is one part of an unnecessary fight or aggravation where you think you have a man up there. Fulanis don't buy their own beef. Northerners don't buy their own beef for themselves, for consumption. Majority, 90% of all of this goes to the south of Nigeria where parties are done. The highest people who consume, who buy beef are the people of the southwest, the Yorubas. They do a lot of parties. They consume beef. If you go to the southeast of Nigeria, few people, the only time you see Southeasterners buying cows is when they have a burial or they have an occasion or something here and there. But it is not like a way of life. What does that tell you? Majority of the funds, money coming into this cow business that has brought about killings, banditry, terrorism, and many other things, all the money is coming from the south. They've come to realize that people in the south are beginning to say, look, enough is enough. We will begin our own business. We have to put an end to all of this. Now they are beginning to regret their action. I mean, they've started rearranging themselves. They started looking at it like, come, it's going to get to a point whereby these people will not buy from us anymore. And if we do not have anything to sell to them, enough is enough. That's what they are going to tell us. Enough is enough. We don't want nothing from you anymore. If no one buys your cow, you will have to take your cows out of Nigeria through the Sahel, the desert, and go sell the cow to some other people. I think they are regretting now that they've kept quiet, kept mute. They've allowed this kidnapping that has become the new cow business for them. Raping, banditry, invasion of other people's farm that has become a new business for them, a new joy for them. I think some of them who are now looking at the loss that will come upon them, and the people that are looking at the loss are the ones who are making huge amount of money from this. They started looking at it. If a ban is put on open grazing, and we cannot do this anymore. If our cows and ourselves are arrested, there will be no business of cow. These people will begin to do their own. They'll begin to have their own cows, begin to do their own businesses. And with this, we'll have nowhere to go to. I think they started looking at it because at the initial stage, they were making so much noises, they were ranting, they were talking like fools, saying all sorts of things like, oh, Nigeria is everywhere, we can go everywhere we want. And I looked at it, I said, this is common sense. Why is it that in Africa we cannot forget about our stomach, forget about what we are putting in our mouth, and stand our ground firm? Most of the countries that a lot of people run to, these people fought with their blood and water and bones and flesh and everything. They fought tooth nail to get that democracy, to get things working the way it is right now. Why are we not ready to say, look, enough is enough. I don't want to eat cow anymore. If 80% of the people in the South decide not to eat cow anymore until we begin to have our own cow business, cattle businesses, do you think if there is no demand, there will be a supply? There will be no need. Naturally, they will have to get out of that particular location. You won't need cows on the street anymore. You won't see cows in the bush or any of these places because it is useless. You are feeding your cows for what? No one is going to buy from you. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. That is the way forward. Now, the excuses that the herdsmen slash bandit terrorists came up with is this: that having a ranch, renting a space, or leasing a space in the south of Nigeria is going to be expensive, and getting feed to give to their cows is going to be expensive, and water. That's what they claim. They said it's going to cost 2,500 naira to feed and water their cows, their cattle. And they think that the south or southwest governors are going to listen to this. They say, no, we have our ears blocked at this time. If you want to discuss, you can talk, but right now it's too late. Open grazing, enough is enough. I don't think there's any other way to negotiate this. It's not possible. It's a private business. If you cannot maintain your business, you have to fold. There are a lot of people who have folded their businesses because they cannot. You have to fold. This has gone for too long. So they said, oh, paying tax. And I don't think these guys are really paying tax per se. Maybe. But I don't think the tax system is efficient. So they say feeding our cows and all of that. And they said, if this happens, well, you will have to buy cows for 1 million or more. And people have said, it's okay. Your cow is going to cost 1 million. No problem. Take it down to the north. Keep it there. So it's high time for people in diaspora, high time for businessmen, high time for people who have money, high time for entrepreneurs, high time for people who are ready, who are set to do business, to begin. In fact, I want us to go back to the type of cattle that existed in the southwest of Nigeria. There was a time that they had a government program. They had these cattle that were resilient. These cows do not get infected by the common diseases that infect cattle. They were kind of immune somehow. Their immune system is much more able to withstand any of this. These are the type of breeds that should be brought in. It will not mix with the types that the Fulanis have. It's very simple. It won't mix. So these are the things that are needed right now. It is time for us to go into our own mechanized farming and go into our own cattle breeding. It's simple. This is the solution. This is the only way to kick them out. Because we do not trust, we applaud the governors, but we do not trust them. We don't trust them. They might decide to negotiate here and there, and at the end of the day, you will come to realize that these lawless people will still go into your farm. They will still commit crime. So the only thing they will tell them is, you know what, we will fish out, we will have our own police system, we will fish out the criminals among us. No one wants armed Fulanis, more armed Fulanis than what we have. So guys, that is what it is. What are your own opinion? What do you think is the way out? What is the solution apart from total disintegration of Nigeria?